Well, I don't know about you, Abby, but that was the worst engagement party I have ever been to.
Coronation Street eats your heart out.
We're going to be talking all about it today, as well as the cutest marriage in Westeros, which sadly never happened.
So the first hiccup, Daemon had an awkward encounter, didn't he, while he was sat at the high table. The relative of his dead wife, who he had just killed with a rock after knocking her off her horse, turned up and accused him of said crime, which Daemon denied, of course, before saying that he would be popping over later on to pick up his inheritance. Classic Daemon. Pleasant as always.
That was such a horrible way to start this episode. It really was such a visceral scene. I'm sad we're not going to be seeing any more of that character, and I am officially never getting on a horse. And the problems really did just keep coming. King Viserys was trying to make a heartfelt speech about the Targaryen and Velaryon households coming back together after so long, only to be interrupted mid-flow by his wife Alicent, who comes in wearing the colours of war.
And you will have noticed that in that moment, Alicent was wearing a green dress, which, as David said, is a really significant colour, because further down the line, as that rift continues to widen between Alicent and her offspring, and Rhaenyra, the High Towers will continue to don green, while the Targaryens will don black. And even the people of King's Landing, they pick their sides as well, with some people choosing to wear green, others black, and it really shows all of those divisions coming to the fore.
Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged. Knives will come out.
The main event of this truly miserable evening was when Sir Criston Cole absolutely flipped out and brutally murdered Sir Joffrey Lonmouth, aka the Knight of Kisses, in a spout of violence that just completely overwhelmed the festivities. It was a horrible, gory moment, and a very sad one too.
Yeah, it was, because the arrangement that Rhaenyra had with her husband Laenor was the best that they could have hoped for given the circumstances at that time. You know, it was a political arrangement on the surface. They were married, but of course they would go off and enjoy the company of whoever they wanted to in private. But that is now no longer the case, because Sir Joffrey doesn't have a face anymore.
And I felt so sorry for Sir Laenor at the end of this episode. When the wedding ceremony was fast-tracked, they just did it at the end of the party. Initially, they'd planned to do a week's worth of celebrations, but after this one went so horribly, they were like, screw that, let's just get this out the way. And their matrimonial kiss was a kiss on the cheek. And you can really just tell that Sir Laenor is not into this. He's lost his true love, and now he's going to be trapped in this sham of a marriage for who knows how long. It's a very sad moment.
It is.
My blood, come the prince that was promised.
And now it's time to name our head of the house, the character that has caught our attention the most this week. Abby, who are you going for?
I'm going to go for a little bit of a left field choice, David. I'm going to go for the wedding band. Are they available for hire? But seriously, though, I thought they added so much to that engagement party, the ratcheting up of the tension as they continued to bang their drums. Very talented, but also added so much to that scene as well. So, yeah, love those little drummer guys. David, what about you?
Well, I think this week I'm going to go for Alicent Hightower. I feel a little bit bad that this character has been depicted as a bit of a wet blanket so far during the series, particularly in comparison to Rhaenyra, who's obviously such a force of nature. But I think we really got to see quite a badass side to her when she strutted into the engagement party wearing that gown of war. I was like, oh yeah, she's come to play. This is actually a pretty cool gal.
And that's it for this week's episode of Beyond the Dragon. To catch the next episode of House of the Dragon, tune into Sky Atlantic on Mondays from 2 a.m. and 9 p.m, or you can stream it on Now. We've had fun this week. We hope you have too. And until next time, stay safe.
Bye for now.